What is happening, my friends? Vitai Dubin is here, and welcome to another episode of today's in Crypto Show. The crypto winter is here. How do you guys feel? Bitcoin continues to fall, reaching $35,000. It's pretty severe dump. The crypto market is bleeding right now. Bitcoin is down 50% from its recent all-time high just 2 months ago. Ethereum below $2,500. There is so much blood in the street right now. And we're going to discuss what is caused this severe fall right now, what's happening fundamentally right now in the market, what's the sentiment, which is right now extreme fear, how low it can go, and what you should do if in fact we're going to have some turbulence in the next couple of months, or we enter a bear market possibly in 2022. All of that and some good news as well I'll share with you. There are some good news indeed in the crypto market, believe it or not, even though it was not fun to wake up today and see this sea of redness that we are seeing right now. Bitcoin down 9%, Ethereum down 15% to $2,400. Unfreaking believable. Binance Coin $360. Solana below $100. Oh my gosh, it was just $240 at all-time high to $98. Pretty big dump. You can see a sea of redness. Terra Luna minus 20%, Polkadot 17%, Avalanche 22%. So it is those type of times that we call it capitulation. You know, the loss of belief in the crypto market. Like, oh my God, especially the people that are in crypto in the last couple of months who are not used to this type of volatility, to those type of crypto winters. They're like, what is going on? Everybody was talking about getting involved in crypto. October, November were such big, awesome months, and all of a sudden we see such a big dump. So Bitcoin did fall below this descending wedge, and most often than not those descending wedges actually break to the upside. With 70% chance they break to the upside, but still 30% chance we do break to the downside, and we did break to the downside this time. And I was warning you guys about this possibility because we were very bearish on a weekly. In fact, the last week, that candle, I told you guys, that's not a good sign at all. I warn all of you guys. We are below the weekly EMA ribbon, below this indicator, and that doesn't happen often. In fact, the last time we had it happen was in March 2020 during the coronavirus crash, when we started trading below the weekly EMA ribbon for Bitcoin. And of course also when the bear market started in 2000, all the way in 2018, the bear market that all the way took us to 50% lower. That's where we are right now. It doesn't look good. And on the monthly, we had this cross on the MACD. It happened. I told you guys this is pretty big deal, that what we are seeing right now, this cross on a monthly. It's not a good sign. Every time we had this cross before in this entire history of Bitcoin, we did see a drop of 50% more in the price of Bitcoin. So some worse time may be ahead of us. That's the crazy part. So you gotta be prepared if we are not holding this level. So what levels that we are looking at in the next, essentially we had a pretty big support coming up at the $30,000 area. This whole area right here is on the monthly crash 6 months ago, was a very big area of support for Bitcoin. And it looks like we had a good chance that we may fall all the way to 30,000, creating a very nice double bottom right here. Of course, we can fall even lower than that. If we do not hold the 30,000, we can come back, and it's crazy, to $20,000. But overall, you should understand that Bitcoin right now is 50% below its previous all-time high, which selling right now is not a good idea. It usually is not a good idea. Even in the bear market of 2018, from $20,000 peak. If you sold at $10,000, you would do okay because Bitcoin fell all the way to $3,000. But of course, we came back up and traded way higher than $10,000, right? But only in a bear market. If we are seeing a severe bear market, and selling right now would be a wise choice to do. But overall, you know, last time we had 50% crash from the all-time high. We did rise pretty big, from 30,000 to 69,000, or more than double in the price of Bitcoin. So it is scary times. The crypto market right now is in extreme fear, showing a reading of 13. Right? We're continuing to be in extreme fear, even more fear than before. What are the potential causes of the sell-off? Or the first off is the SEC rejects MicroStrategy Bitcoin accounting practices. And you know, MicroStrategy has been holding a lot of Bitcoin. In fact, they have a lot of debt. They have a lot of instruments that they borrowed money to acquire. About $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. So the SEC has been just recently published what it already stated in December, that they do not agree with how this firm, MicroStrategy, reported its non-GAAP methods, which is how the general accounting practices are going, of calculating figures of its Bitcoin buys, excluding the impact of share-based compensation expense and impairment losses and gains on sale from intangible assets. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but essentially what they are saying is that they need to revise the way that they have been reporting for their accounting. Of course, this is a new meta. Bitcoin is not designed to be fit into the old rules of accounting. And MicroStrategy purchasing 124,391 Bitcoin as of December 30th, representing $4.7 billion in value across its several buys. So they are one of the largest holders. And just recently they say that MicroStrategy CEO say that we are not sellers. We're not going to sell a single one of our crypto. We are going to hold, and continue to hold, right? Bitcoin, despite the crypto winter, despite anything. That's a strategy: buy and hold. However, the market is panicking right now, and of course, their stock has fallen to $375, and you can see that the stock has fallen all the way from 873, so there's a 57% drop in the value of the stock of MicroStrategy right now. The market is in panic how they are going, you know, the reported value of MicroStrategy is going to go lower than what it has been projected. Also, the S&P 500 is down today. The FANG stocks, Google is down, Facebook, everything is down today. Everything. The metaverse tokens are down. I mean, the entire crypto market is down, except some exceptions, and we're going to talk about towards the end of the video. There's not everything down. In fact, there are some coins that are gaining momentum, speed, and are actually up today, which is really cool and exciting to see. But we'll get to that. First, the bear market. Let's discuss that, right? Bear market is what we do not want to see. But we are right now in this very fragile territory. You can see on the daily, we are in a severely oversold territory. We have not been in such an oversold condition on the daily ever since March 2020. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is, the sellout right now. Which means we are close to selling out. It's at least we expect some kind of a bounce from here, right? If not going fully into uptrend. And many analysts believe we are going to have the comeback to all-time high. In fact, I do believe we're going to have Bitcoin trading higher than its previous all-time high, 100% certainty. Almost 100% certainty, like 99.999% certain it's going to happen. It's only a matter of when, not if. because there's nothing like Bitcoin that the world is understanding. Look at the value of the dollar values. There's going down with inflation. Turkish lira is down. Look at all this stuff. Negative interest on bonds. People realize that there is nothing like Bitcoin. It's been outperforming the S&P 500. The stock market has been outperforming the gold market for many years now, right? And over the longer periods of time, it's been really performing well despite its volatility. So we have these two forces. We have the leverage markets that can allow people to leverage at 20x, 30x, and at the same time, it causes tremendous volatility in the short term. And we are having Bitcoin holders and those who believe in Bitcoin and in the future that are just holding it for the long term. Who is going to win at the end, But right now, if you panic sell, it usually is not a good time to do it, because Bitcoin is down 50%. It's in a severely oversold levels on a daily. So if you sell right now, how much lower it can go. Of course it can go lower, but we are right now very close to the support level of $30,000. It's the bottom line. If Bitcoin fails to hold $30,000, there will be a severe capitulation, of course. That will go lower than that. It will go to $20,000 next, possibly, because Bitcoin never, ever has come back to the previous highs. That was the previous high right there. We have never fallen that low in the next bull cycle that we come back to the previous low. So that will be like the first exception if that is going to happen. So it never happened before. We come back down, but never to as low as the previous all-time high point. Interesting, right? Interesting perspective. So we'll see. Right now, the market is super scared. Also, Russia is proposing to ban and use and mining of cryptocurrencies. And Russia is a big country, of course, that doesn't add to the panic that we already seen in the market. So yeah, S&P 500 is down. But look at the bright side. The total crypto users nearly tripled in 2021 from 100 to 300 million. If we have the same rate of growth in 2022, then we'll be at near 1 billion users by the end of the year. We're growing. The adoption is growing. There are more users. There are more people opening wallets than ever before. So overall, fundamentally, we're in a good spot. There is generational wealth that is happening right now. Traditional portfolios advise putting 40% in bonds, 60% in stocks. Now millennial portfolios look much bigger in Bitcoin and crypto than in bond. I mean, who is buying bonds today with negative yields, negative interest rate yields? There is a lot of money that is going into the crypto space. The global bond market still right now of near zero and often negative yield is valued at $120 trillion. And Bitcoin is still under $1 trillion. So for some perspective, guys, if the bond market is a $120 trillion market, Bitcoin is still a baby. It's a baby to where we could go. But I know it's very scary. Ethereum, Solana hitting all-time lows. Metaverse tokens tank. Everything is tanking right now. So the market's expected to remain some kind of a turbulence. Everybody is looking also at the Fed meetings this week ahead, what they're going to do with the interest rates and all of that crazy thing. And Fidelity published recently reported countries that secure some Bitcoin today will be better off than their peers. Right? If a country doesn't agree with the fundamentals of Bitcoin, it will be forced to acquire some form of insurance, Fidelity wrote in a recent report. That was just a couple days ago, meaning that every country, Fidelity says, they will be forced to acquire some form of insurance, which is Bitcoin. Interesting, right? What's happening right now. And the co-founder of Reddit is actually saying that only play to earn games will interest in gamers in 5 years. So those people like to play, You know, more and more people, this is actually exploding right now, this industry. The play to earn, people playing games, computer games, and they're earning some crypto by doing so, just by playing the games, right? So that's interesting, and of course, not all games are free, and it's more complicated than just play and just play and earn, right? Just play and earn. But yeah, there's a lot of people. The interest is definitely growing. People want to play. People want to earn. I'm just not a fan of playing games overall. Uh, but it's cool. If you like to play games, you can earn some money. So before we head a little bit into good news once again, guys, it is a difficult day right now. It is a difficult day. And you should be embrace yourself if you are not scared of the market. If you embrace it, you know, and volatility is the price that we pay for the gains. That's what happens, you know. It is happened before. We did have crashes before, you know. I remember it very, very vividly. I lost almost all of my fortune during this crash. You know, that's a whole other story. But I know what it means to lose a lot of money. If you hold Bitcoin, if you hold Ethereum, if you see what's going on right now in the market, Ethereum is crashing, Solana crashing, everything is crashing. Like, oh my gosh, we've been here before. I know it's tough. It's very tough emotionally, right, to handle, you know, the slow declines and the slow declines. However, you need to be a little bit more objectively and looking at the bigger picture right now, because if you had some cash on the side set up, now you can find some really good bargains that you couldn't find before, as the market is way cheaper, shedding $200 billion out of its market. You see the bulls are fighting right now. They are fighting. They're trying to say, look at this hourly candle with big volume wick. So the bulls are hanging on. We fell to as little as $33,400. The bulls are trying to fight. Of course, the bears are in control right now, but it's not forever. Nothing is forever. Not going up is forever. Not going down is forever. Nothing is forever, guys. Okay? So just remember that. And while the market is in such a low period of time, if you have some cash on the side, it's some good entry points right now in the crypto space. Buying those coins way cheaper. All right? And bear market, if this is a bear market, and we are going to stay here for several months, or maybe for the full year, do not be despair, because out of the bear market, the biggest opportunities lie in the bear market to get rich. That's a fact. You know, people that got rich in 2020, 2021, really rich, that is because they were bullish during the bear market, because they make their bets, because they've been in the market, and that's how they became rich when the market jumped right so high. So we enter the bear market. Bear markets are a blessing. Bear markets are the best opportunities that you'll ever find in seeking those gems, that during the bull market is actually what's making you rich, right? During the bear market, you prepare, you make your position. So winter is your season. This is the time to buckle up. This is the time to seek out those gems, to seek out those opportunities. And one of those is definitely this one, DRIP. Because let me tell you guys, DRIP is actually up. It is actually up today. This is one of the only coins that is actually on the rise today. It did not fall down. It's actually on the rise. If you see, DRIP BNB is actually in a very high position, and the DRIP did not fall. The DRIP token is actually on the rise today, and you can see, compared to BNB, where DRIP is, it's at the highest point. It's at the highest point right now, 0.25, going to 1 BNB per drip and more than that. We're just in the start of this. So looking at this, not all is gloomy. We're actually right now in its all-time high almost in a drip. Okay, it's not been falling, it's going up. So that's pretty cool, and that shows you the strengths of this project. Those people that stake in drip, use compounding, and stake more, they're right now going to be winners in 2022. If you have not watched my webinar, you can go to deflationarydailyROI.com and discover how you can make those sweet staking rewards. 265% minimum net yearly staking rewards with the #2 DeFi project on all Binance chain. This is absolutely incredible that drip is up despite what's happening in the market. It shows you the strengths of this project. So just want to throw it out there that it's during those times you see who is the real winner, who is falling and who is staying strong and even going up. Not a lot of coins. If you look at the top 100 coins, there is nothing in the green today. Everything is in the red. Every single one of them is in the red. But not all crypto. So buckle up. I know it's a tough day emotionally. I know you'll be okay, you'll be strong, because there's nothing like crypto that allow you to generate wealth. You can literally go from zero, or even from being in debt, to being a millionaire or multi-millionaire in crypto. It can happen that fast, right? In fact, let me show you something. Vitalik Buterin received SHIB tokens worth at the time $6.7 billion, and he burned them. He gave some to charity, and 90% of the coins he burned. That caused the price of SHIB to appreciate even higher, reaching at one point 40 million% ROI. People that invested in SHIB token at the very beginning, early stages, this of course an exception, but that is the #1 highest growing percentage-wise ROI crypto that ever has been in existence, right? People made tremendous amount of gains in a short periods of time. Everything is possible in crypto, and Shiba Inu, that's an example of that, right? He burned in time 50% of the total supply of SHIB tokens, and it's actually worse, right? At one point later was like $30 billion what he burned. So yeah, I mean, Vitalik is still doing great, even though he burned $6.7 billion at the time. He's still doing okay. He's still a billionaire because he is Vitalik, the co-founder of Ethereum. He's doing just okay. You don't need to worry about him. Just show you an example, guys, that everything is possible in crypto. Do not be despaired. Even if you are at zero or close to zero, you can quickly, just like that. All you need is one good opportunity. All you need is one good project that can take you to a whole nother level. You only need one, and then secure profits and do not pay the dumb tax. Do not make the stupid mistakes that a lot of people in crypto are making by risking too much, by going into those high risk situations. Do not let it happen. Secure the profits and slowly grow your wealth, and you'll be a winner. The more you adopt a longer term mindset, don't chase it. Don't try to have ridiculous gains. Don't chase it, but all it takes is one good project to really help you change your life. All right. So with that being said, I hope that you are doing okay. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date to what's happening in crypto, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Today in Crypto Show.